Yeah. Twin, what up? You know what it is? Illegal business turn legal, man. Yeah. Probably cause my pink wrong. I ain't gotta fake it with the rest because I've been gone. Regardless of my skin tone. Grew up with the roots and I got red up in my gemstone. Gray up in my beard, I'm talking brazy like I'm Jim Jones. It's over, boy. The guns sound like a magnolia noise. We up now and overjoyed, my niggas overboys. Yeah, you can try, but I'm outside like the older boys. I'm the rapper, killed them fools first, nigga, soldier boy. Just stay brewing, just look at what these fakes doing. Thug out here telling on the phone and they got Drake suing. Barely speak English, got bread and I speak cake fluent. Too sick, look how loose lips and get your state ruined. I heard K lost the eye, that nigga had his day. Like how the fuck his name K and he ain't have his K? He let some short ass nigga go and have his way. Yeah, this an uppercase Jag and you an average K. You talking about all of these bodies, got no bodies. The whole shotty had you missing like you Yo Gotti. I do him like we never met, we up in bro lobby. Just ask MJ, bet he tell you he don't know Scotty. Window shopping, trying to touch the objects. Niggas quick to kill they bro, but they ain't touch an object. Sounding like a Grammy verse, it's still family first. Man, I just told my nephew, trust, you gotta trust the process. Yeah, big niggas swagging, I feel like cocky cop. After she get done with the killer, she get my Aki top. Quick to put a op in the blunt and then hit the poppy spot. The 40 cal paint niggas, I'm talking Basquiat. Who belling, crew selling, I'm with the crew yelling. We them black niggas that got it like fuck is you selling. Niggas talk real nigga talk like they a true felon. Next day we turn on the news, find out it's you telling true facts. Gonna clean you up with the shower feel. Niggas thought I failed, they walking around with the sour feel. We ain't celebrating for nothing if it ain't our kill. Lit now, we used to piecing up on the power bill. Real shit, don't show me love cause I hate y'all. I've been out here balling for years, so you must hate ball. I seen fiends passing the pipe, playing baseball. Came around regulating shit like I'm Nate Dogg. Got my shoes glued to the ground, it's like I can't fall. I know this bitch want me to pound, but I just can't call. This is for them niggas at the park that say we can't ball. I know that shit hurt to see we up and niggas ain't y'all. I want all this fucking shit, I'm yelling gimme, gimme. Pockets wasn't always fat, no, they was skinny mini. Make a nigga get that shit up if he got plenty. Mask on like it's the pandemic, it's 2020. Facts, they crowd around you cause you the middle. Everybody wanna be a baller now, but you the dribble. Power rap could still change the world if I do a little. Homie was a dog, I seen that nigga turn to stew a little. Streets is cold, they'll come and rob a nigga piece for a piece of gold. Gotta be a deeper role, speaker, teacher role. They playing the reaper role. It's deep for the streets, they got me playing the preacher role. Facts, smoking on the top grade and it was never F. I started cooking just to turn into a better chef. These niggas tried to count me out and they forever stressed. When he coming back, I feel like Brian, I ain't never left. Gone.
All right. Salute to the whole FACTZ Nation. Shout out to the FACTZ list, all the members. Salute to the Factory, which is what we call the chat. What's up with y'all? DFAT Media, Cypher Banks, Smurf in the building, Chinatown, what's happening? Angie Stone, A5, Jim Life Factory. What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? Y'all see the title. Y'all see the title. It's not a troll. It's not a troll. What's going on with y'all? What's going on with y'all? I want to see the chat poll right out the gate. I want to take a look at the chat poll. Y'all know we got to get down to business, man. This is a serious episode. We're not doing no backtracking. We are going to do fact checking. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple things I want to say to y'all before we get to this, right? I'm going to check the chat poll first. Let me see. I will ask y'all what it say, but y'all ain't going to tell the truth. Y'all ain't going to tell the truth, man. All right. Do you respect John for pulling up the FACTZ Nation? I got 62% says yes, 10% says no, 27% says depends on what he says. 209 votes. All right, bet. That's about where I thought. What I thought. Okay, right out the gate, I want to say this. We have to. There is no choice in the matter. There is no multiple choice, pun intended. we have to respect John for being willing to pull up on a platform. Now, obviously, y'all been keeping up with the story and what's going on. This is stemming from the Endgame event, Bullpen Battle League's history. We've interviewed Will, Bullpen Battle League partner, co-owner. We've interviewed the investor, with a liaison to the investor. Shout out to Ricky. We've also interviewed Chris Petty, former investor. There's been a lot to this story. Y'all know what it is. John definitely been on the hot seat and under fire on this platform, 100% for sure. About shady business practices, things like that. You know what I'm saying? We've been standing on business about how we feel as consumers, fans, all of the things like that, right? Now, with all that being said, we have to respect the fact that he's pulling up, because that's what we asked from the beginning. Come holler at us, come talk to us. Now I had a conversation with John earlier today, a couple conversations actually. It started off kind of with some legal matters or whatever like that. We was able to get on the phone and have a conversation, a real conversation. There was no yelling, shouting, disrespect, none of that. It was actually a good conversation. It's refreshing to have a conversation like that, especially being on two opposite ends of the spectrum on this type of story. He didn't backtrack. I didn't backtrack. We had a conversation though to get some clarity. I'm gonna say this. Y'all know what I'm about. Y'all know what I'm about. I'm about getting to the truth. I'm about giving everybody a voice. So when John pulls up, y'all know y'all free to express yourselves. He been doing this a long time. I'm pretty sure you're not gonna pay too much attention to the comments. But I want y'all to ask the questions y'all want to ask. Obviously, super chats and FACTZ List members take precedent. And have some sort of respect. We're not talking about nobody's kids, and y'all know the vulgar language. If you must cuss, alter the word, stuff like that. It's not the free for all to do all of that. Y'all can express yourself though. You know what I'm saying? But I want to make it clear though. There's some things that he was accused of that he showed information that are cleared up. Some things that we still got to figure out. Some things that's bad business, and from his own words, saying it was just a bad deal in general or whatever. I agree, and he's not running from any of those facts. The couple things that there are to clear up, he can clear them up definitively. The things that y'all might can't see, I made sure I saw with my own eyes. So if y'all see me stand on something and say no, I saw this is what it is. It's only to protect other entities or whatever that potentially is involved. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna do this right. We're gonna do this right. Again, it ain't no backtracking. We ain't gonna be doing no backtracking. He told me I could ask him anything I want to ask him. He gonna answer. He's willing to say what he felt he's done wrong, what's been done wrong to him. And that's how we go do this. We go keep the same energy. You know what I'm saying, or whatever like that. So let me ask y'all real quick before he pulls up. Let me ask y'all. Hold on. Do we got Gems in the building? What's happening? Mr. Stop Being Dirty in the building. All right, so listen, we're going to get to it, but I want to talk to y'all first. Let's go over what we've said about this situation concerning John, and I want to know what y'all standing on, what y'all feel like he can prove or he can't prove, whatever like this. I just want to do a little calibrating before he pulls up. We said he didn't pay the battlers, right? He didn't pay the battlers. He did them dirty. We said, what else we say? I want to make sure we don't miss anything. We said that he got away with the money, pocketed the money, dipped off. He was scheming and scamming. Bad business practices, like the LLC being dissolved, different things like that. Obviously, me and him, we had a discussion about the distribution rights and stuff like that. Me and him will speak on that briefly, but that's like not the most important part. We'll probably talk about that towards the end of the conversation. The Cassidy factor, you know what I'm saying? Who's wrong in that situation? I did see Henny just drop a blog with Cassidy, with an interview with Cassidy or whatever. He did another great job. It was a clip of it where he spoke on this or whatever like that. And I'm here to tell y'all some of the things are cleared up. Some of the things y'all might not necessarily agree with, but right is right and wrong is wrong. And some of the things, I'll let John tell y'all where he felt like, what I'm saying, he could have done better in the business situation too. Whatever. All right, so before we do that, we got Scully Vibes, new member. Welcome to the Facts List. I appreciate you, Scully Vibes. I've been seeing you participate, man, in the factory, man. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Facts List. One thing about it, Facts gonna ask the questions the people want to know. Accountability first. That's an absolute fact. Double O Kane. And I also want to say this again. I want to reiterate this. John said, ask me whatever you want to ask me. When we had the conversation, I told him we're gonna have a conversation just like we did on the phone on here. It's not about to be fake. I'm not trying to trap him. If something don't make sense, y'all know I'm gonna say something. If something does make sense, I'm gonna give him the credit that it makes sense or whatever. You already know how I give it up, man. Shout out Double O Kane. We got Mousy World. Hold on. Mousy World, appreciate y'all, man. Hey, man, let me get some W's or something in the chat, man, for Double O Kane, Mousy World, and Scully Vibes, man, for the support. Blogger of the year 2025. You are ending this year strong, man. I appreciate that, man. Listen, as long as the people saying it, I ain't got to. So I appreciate you, Mousy World, all y'all support or whatever. All right, let's get to it. Let me see what some of y'all got to say. What type of questions do y'all have right now? What type of questions do y'all have? You said we need Jims to join the factory. Jims is part of the factory. All right, so let me see what type of questions y'all got to ask. Much respect, Battle Facts. Love the work you put in. True, appreciate that. What's up, Shell Bill? Let me see what type of questions y'all have. That way I could kind of get an idea of what it is that y'all looking for. What's up, Kasim? Battle Rap Dose. I want to see the type of things y'all looking for. Let's see. Said it's going to be real interesting. Who owns the league? All right, that's cool. Did he get the bread up front? Will he ever pay the battlers? I want to know why his and Will's interviews contradict each other and are not speaking. Why does he feel like he can block the Cassidy battle? Why he couldn't keep it a stack with the consumers? Will he apologize to Danny? I'm not asking him how much he got paid exactly. I'm not mad at you for asking that World Star or whatever, but I'm not we're not gonna say the numbers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Does Facts own the distribution of Endgame? We'll talk about that some. Shout out, she's happy with the super chat. Appreciate you. Do you feel you had any wrongdoing in this whole situation, main source? That's he's willing to I'm telling you, he's willing to answer whatever. I'm not gonna ask nothing crazy or nothing that put him in any legal troubles or anything like that. Did he know the battles were put on Tubi? He should have been transparent from the beginning. Yeah, we know that, but he's here. Now listen, y'all. Now listen again. Y'all can express yourself. Y'all can express yourself. Some of y'all questions y'all ask again when I ask y'all if y'all got questions. I'll be looking in on the chat as I'm talking with them, right? Or whatever, and I'll pick certain questions or whatever. I don't got nothing personal against none of y'all. Don't make this about y'all. If y'all get out of control in the chat, I'm blocking y'all. You know what I'm saying? All right. Okay, so I'm about to tell you to go ahead and pull up. And we're gonna get to it. Like I said, I just want to calibrate, man. See where y'all head was at. One, does he know you now? Has he had the lunch dinner with Danny Myers? Why did mine and Will's situation have anything to do with the situation? Okay, all right. I see y'all. Would the battle rappers ever be paid or have some type of make good for Endgame in the future? We're gonna get to all that. He actually has answers for like most everything that y'all ask. Said message for you. I feel you jumped the gun on a few things. Not at all. None. Zero, Cousin Jones. All right. I just told him to pull up. He should be pulling up in a second. Ask him if he would box Danny. No, I'm not asking him if he would box Danny. I asked if they can come to an understanding. You know what I'm saying? Do that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Frost Freezy with the super chat. Say salute Facts, the credible source. Appreciate that, Frost Freezy. No, I'm not gonna ask you nothing like that, y'all. I'm not looking to tell. We're gonna have a conversation, y'all. We're gonna have a real conversation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to try no tricks, traps, or none of that. The same way that we had everybody else that came up was able to speak their piece. Same thing I'm gonna do here. And again, I've spoke with him previous to this. He showed me some things that definitely clear some things up. But like I told him, I want him to come up here, stamp what it is that he's saying. Because I want him to speak for himself like everybody else did. Son Zooted, what's up? What's up? What's up? All right, y'all. All right. Let's get to it. Let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. John the Donathan, what's happening, man?
What's going on?
All right, so we're about to get this out the way, man. We're about to get this out the way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, first of all, I want to say this. Like I just said to them, I appreciate you pulling up. That's much respect, man, because you didn't have to at any point. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, and also the conversations that we had earlier, or whatever. It didn't. It was grown men conversation. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no yelling, arguing, goofiness, or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I want to get right into it. As far as I'm gonna be all over the place. As far as the battlers being paid, do you feel like you wronged any of the battlers in the situation?
Intentionally, no. No. Like I said, you go back since Endgame happened, my story's been the same.
Right,
Whether niggas wanted to accept what I was saying, find loopholes and figure certain shit out, that's on them.
right,
There was a deal put together, and it was contingent on the Cassidy battle. So once that battle does not happen, funds are cut off.
right.
Bottom line. Again, Battle FACTZ is here. He could correct me. He was aware of the distribution deal pertained around the Cassidy battle.
Right.
Okay. So that's when it got to a place now. A lot of the funds that, first of all, let's stop the narrative saying the battlers weren't paid. Can we stop that one? Because when y'all say they weren't paid, you could say weren't paid in full.
Right.
Didn't get their full purse. You can say that. When you go out there and say they wasn't paid, that's putting another narrative out there that's just simply not true.
No, so listen, I got that. As far as I think what most people want to hear is if you understand that when something goes wrong with an event, it's not on them to have to
Oh,
just accept.
absolutely, I understand that. Absolutely, I understand that. But this was expressed to the battlers. I've had a conversation. So regardless of what people want to think, there was conversations made with the battlers. I didn't just ghost anybody.
Right.
Let's clear that up. So things were expressed and certain things were out of my hand. I did what I could do to cover what I could cover. What I couldn't cover is what I couldn't cover.
Okay,
So this
so
was not an intentional thing. Do the battle is wrong. No, you know what I'm saying. There's never been the case of that.
right.
You know what I mean. So I don't get what we asking here.
All right.
You asked me were they paid in full. Were all the battlers paid in full for that event? No, but I could also tell you I haven't monetized from that event or tried to. I didn't get the battles and put them out. I very much well could have. I could have been done that. But I wasn't doing that under the premise that the battlers didn't get paid in full.
Got you. I also want to show something to show that I will say this, right, y'all. He also could have played. There was a card he could have played as far as the battlers. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna show y'all. Y'all screenshot this. I'm not gonna keep it up here for too long, but it is the promotion and marketing portion of contracts that all battlers receive. It was supposed to do at least 3 interviews and report to the face-offs. And if they don't do that, it was a breach of contract. So he could have played that card. You know what I'm saying? And said, hey, well, I don't really owe y'all technically anyway, because y'all breached the contract. So as far as him not paying the battlers in full, he had a conversation with all of them. That don't mean, even if they said, okay, we understand, that don't mean they not upset. That don't mean
That's
they
a
not
fact. That's a fact. And I never got mad at nobody for being upset about that.
right.
What I got mad at Danny was I felt like he understood the situation more than to try to put it out there like I purposely wanted to short him. So I took that as a personal attack.
Right.
If it's fuck me, then it's fuck you. Because that was a personal situation with Endgame.
Right. So this my thing. See, with that part, John, we looking at it like this. So you came out and said that the battlers were paid. And I want to say in full, if I quote you, that's what pissed some of the artists off, Danny.
Who? When did I say that?
Now, I,
Somebody show me that.
I will have to find it, but I know that's what was said. Like, man, he said we was paid. So like maybe you meant paid meaning like paid period and not paid in full. You know what I'm saying? That could have been
maybe.
that could have been a miscommunication, but I know Danny popped out and was like, "No, I don't like that." You know what I'm saying? And then obviously the battle's coming out on Tubi. You know, they're like, "Well, damn, you still got the battles coming out? Did you got some type of deal and we didn't get paid?" So some of them felt the way about that too. So can you understand how Danny and or other artists might have just felt like, "Damn, he's just playing in our face"? Like, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have to take the L.
I would understand that if these battlers weren't in contact with me directly to hit me up first before going on the internet.
Right.
Now, it's different if niggas was reaching out and then not hearing from me,
Right.
and then I'm popping out saying all of this, then you coming forward. But these internet games is being played and nobody's reaching out to me first. And that's what I don't respect.
Right. I'm not mad
Because
at that. I'm not mad at
yeah,
that.
nobody's reaching out to me first.
All right. So with Danny, man, can y'all I keep hearing you saying you don't really have a problem with Danny. I know he has a problem with you. Is it a way that y'all can just literally talk and say, it is what it is, man. We got to understand it. Let's just go our separate ways without it being any of that tension.
I mean, if he want to talk, like I don't really think it's that important, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like the day Danny sees me and he still feel however he want to feel, that's the time he could approach whether he want to talk or whatever he want to do. The internet games is something else. You trying to promote and build and campaign for something. That's corny to me.
Right.
That's corny. If you got real issue in his life,
Hold on. All right, you good now?
yeah, you there?
Right. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. We hear you and see you now,
Hold
whatever.
on.
So I think you put on do not disturb, y'all. I'm gonna get to y'all questions too, man. Some of y'all, right? I just want to make sure we cover everything, man, before we do that, and we get to y'all questions too after that. So that solar flare out here doing damage. Goonie, where at? Harlem Legend in the building. What's up? We gonna get to that, y'all. Y'all calm down, man. Y'all know we gonna ask. We gonna ask. We gonna ask. We gonna ask the questions. Hold on, man. You might have to leave out and come back in. I think. Hold on. I got y'all. All right. So let me see some of y'all. Harlem Legend say I'm just watching and paying attention, man. We got Harlem Legend in the building, man. Make sure y'all like and share the stream, y'all. All right, let me see some of the questions that y'all got so far about the artists. Again, I want to say this. All of the artists, yeah, he just put his phone on do not disturb. Here you go, right here, y'all. All right, boom. All right, there you go. All good.
Yeah.
All right. So
Like I
as
was
far
saying, though,
as far as Danny, I understand how you looking at it, because you basically saying, when you see me, whatever energy you want to have, you have. But what I'm gonna ask is this: once the battlers agreed to say, okay, we understand, we're gonna take the loss with you. Do you have any intention on them paying them back, or you just saying, okay, they accepted it, it's cool, we got to understand, and we all took the loss at that point, and they got paid enough that it is what it is, and it's over.
I mean, yeah. I mean, of course, that was the intentions to get everything right with Endgame. But in order
Right?
to get everything right with Endgame, we gotta get everything right with Cassidy. Because
Gotcha.
people keep forgetting this is a lot of this shit. There's a lot of this deal was based around the battle with Cassidy.
Right.
It was. You know what I'm saying? I knew the budget I was given to put together an event like this. You'll be scratching your fucking head.
So listen, we
So
go get the cash for sure. I want to make sure I clear up the stuff that I know you cleared up without.
right, but yeah, all right. So yeah, that definitely were the intentions. Yes,
Got you.
even
All
though the conversations that I spoke with people, but
right.
I wasn't going to do anything with the in-game battles till everything was squared away
Cleared
with the
away.
battlers. Let
Got
me
you. So
get that on record.
there we go. So that was the understanding. As long as Y'all not taken care of. I won't monetize off of y'all work. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Y'all take the loss. I took the loss.
Okay. All right, cool. I understand that. Now I want to clear this up. Now, this is the one thing, though, that he showed me the proof of, which was the pay-per-view sales, and he got an advance from another entity, and the pay-per-view sales got ate up by that advance with money left over. Now, I could ask, was that a bad business deal having two entities expecting the pay-per-view sales? But I can tell y'all this: either way, it didn't go in his pocket. I want to make sure that's clear. I saw the proof of that. It didn't go in his pocket, so he didn't just pocket the pay-per-view money and run off into the sunset or whatever like that. I saw the proof of that. Now, again, I will ask you this, John. Do you feel like it could have been a better structuring of the deal, so two entities wasn't expecting that pay-per-view money first, or what? What do you feel about that?
No, honestly, the deal that I put together was actually a perfect deal. It was actually a perfect deal. It
What was
just
perfect? It ain't work. You know what I'm saying? But
why didn't it work?
so you saying you said
Why
because
didn't it work?
you
Answer
said
that. Why didn't it work?
you said because it was contingent upon Cassidy showing up, right?
Yes, absolutely.
But this the thing, we know anybody could get sick, which obviously he said he was, and then I'm sure you don't believe that, but anybody could get sick, anything could happen, or
But
whatever.
isn't that when funds should be returned?
Yes, absolutely,
Okay, continue.
absolutely, absolutely. So, we get into that. We get into the Cassidy because Cassidy just did an interview. So Cassidy received an amount of money. Did he agree that that was his full deposit, even though it was much lower than what he usually gets?
Is agreeing signing the contract?
It does.
Is agreeing signing the contract?
If the contract says this is your deposit and you won't receive anything else to after the battle, yes. If the contract says that,
Whatever. Yeah. What you mean? If the contract says it doesn't matter what whatever the contract says and you sign it, you agreeing to the contract. Yes or
right?
no?
So, right, absolutely. But what I'm saying is, this what could get lost in translation, though, John. This would if so. Let's just say I sign a contract and I'm supposed to get a portion of my money now, maybe some more after a face-off or whatever. If the contract says this is your deposit, you receive the rest of your money after you battle for whatever reason, then yes, then him getting that amount of money, no matter how much it was, then he should come to the battle and the business is done. You know what I'm saying? As far as on your
That's
end.
what the contract says.
Right,
That's exactly what the contract is.
right.
So again,
So why is he saying it was bad business and it was a scam and all type of stuff or whatever? Why is he saying that? Is any conversation or agreement that y'all had outside of the contract?
it's a scam when it's the conversation. When was
Right,
the scam? When was the scam? When you signed the contract? When was the scam? When you accepted the money? When was the scam? When you agreed to show up to a face-off and then kept giving excuses? It was no of what scam? How could it have been a scam? Was there an event? Was the event at the venue that was on the contract? Did it happen on the date it said it was going to happen? Did it happen with? It said it was going to happen with? Everything was in place, and there's one person that didn't show up.
right.
Everything was in place. So where was the scam? How could you feel like there's a scam? Where was the scam? You
Okay,
took
so
the money and agreed to the battle.
right, so my thing is this, right? So I'm going by his words on this interview with Henny.
Mhm.
Um, he said it was at one point the day y'all was supposed to do the face off, you was in Miami when he was trying to get in contact with you. He said you was in Miami and he in Miami or something chilling or whatever, and it's supposed to be the face off. He said he knew something was funny then at that point. You
That
remember that?
don't even make sense.
I'm
That don't even
actually
make sense.
quoting him, man. I'm quoting him.
I was in Miami on my birthday with Fred, M3S3, promoting the battle.
Right,
Promoting the battle. This is the weekend. We was trying to put together the face-off on the weekdays. I have the text messages, screenshots with contacting this person. My birthday is October 15th.
right,
October 15th. This is days before the battle. The face-off's supposed to happen the day before the battle. Ain't that when live face-offs happen? And then
right.
the other face-off's supposed to happen on a Monday. Anywhere around my birthday. I have the screenshots. Knowledge was aware of it because we was using that venue.
Right.
So that's a lie that could be proven. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so Cassidy is lying, saying that
That's a blatant lie. That's a
late
blatant lie. Because there
all
was
right.
2 different times we tried to set up we tried to do the pre-record face-offs.
Right.
It was 2 different times.
And neither
One
time you
time he said his man's died or some shit, and the other time I don't even remember what the fuck he said. I just know he didn't show up.
so neither time you was nowhere other than where you were supposed to be for the face off. There was no you was somewhere
I'm the
else.
one setting it up. Why would I set up a face-off and go somewhere else?
I'm just
Doesn't make
asking.
sense. I'm the
Gotcha.
one setting it up. That
He
doesn't
also
make that makes 0 sense.
he also pointed out the fact that he said he's not a real business. He was talking about the LLC and all of that stuff like that. So he didn't trust the business. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, a lot of shit that he's saying now is going off of the shit that y'all was saying. The shit
Right,
that this was never brought up before. Go bring up any time months ago after Endgame happened. When was Cassidy saying these things?
right,
When was he saying these things? When the narrative happens.
right.
Now he trying to put together some shit. I'm in my birthday when we supposed to do the face off. What? I don't even know how niggas even could say. I'm just only pointing that out because that's just so that's insane, bro. But there's been other times, and I got the proof where I tried to set up the face-offs. He just wasn't
Right.
shown.
Okay, so as far as Cassidy, right? Was the communication like fractured? Anytime did he try to contact you and he couldn't contact you, or you try to contact him and you couldn't contact him?
Yes, around the times when we was trying to do the face-offs. That's what I'm
Right,
saying. I don't understand how this could even be a conversation where he even is trying to spin that. Yes, there's been times when we try to get in contact and he wasn't responding. It's like, yo, what's up? We still good. Then he will respond and come up with some excuse. Or bottom line is, bro, he agreed to take whatever he wanted to take because he was planning on just taking that money and just not showing up to rap, man.
so that's what I was
That's
about
what
to
I
ask.
got from it, bro.
So, like, he took the money. Did you think he like second guessed it? Like, you know what? I ain't taking this more. Or was it maybe he feeling like, well, we not making the money? Were you telling them to help move the sections and sell the sections? Do you think he got cold feet? Like maybe this ain't gonna go right, or you felt like
I
right?
mean, I don't know. All I know is this. You signed the contract and received the deposit. You agreed to rap on this day.
Right,
So even when it was times when he was ducking the face off, I'm looking at it like, all right, maybe he think he took less money, so he's not gonna promote it as much,
right,
but just show up to rap because you know niggas do that.
right,
But
right,
then
right,
again, it didn't make sense because we got a distribution deal, nigga. We need to sell this.
right.
We need to sell it. So it just, yeah, like I don't know, man.
Okay, all right. So you feel like again, y'all, to be clear, man. He's saying Cassidy seeing all of the stories and stuff we doing, and you said he using that as an excuse now to try to have retroactive when everything was going on and shit or whatever, and just saying that now. But he didn't ever express any concern about any of the business back then at
Let me
all.
ask you something, Battle Facts. You get a contract and you feel like it's a scam. Would you sign it?
No, not at all.
All right. Okay.
Okay, all right. I'm not listen. I'm not mad at it. Okay, so now let's talk about the business as far as the investors and all of that stuff like that, and them saying you didn't have you ceased to communicate with them. You wasn't communicating with them after the event. Um, you disputed that and said that you had been talking to them for a month. They showed text messages or whatever saying they was trying to get in touch with you. You was responsible for avocado being paid. You said they was responsible for avocado getting paid. Where did y'all had a miscommunication as far as you and the investors?
Me and investors were in communication for at least a month
Right,
after the fact. At least a month after the fact. The problem came in when it seemed like I was being held responsible for Cassidy not showing up.
right,
Being that I brokered the deal and got them to send him the money. Why is he not showing up? Being that I'm the one that vouched for him and vouched to say he was going to be there, they trying to hold me accountable, and I didn't agree with that because when I got shit on my end, that I gotta cover up the L's I gotta take, I'm not holding y'all responsible. If me and a particular person is, if there's a partnership, there
right,
was a partnership with this event, right? When there's a partnership, there's a 50-50 situation.
right,
You bring your situation, your 50, I bring my 50, and what's covered is covered. Now, when everything goes to shit, like Cassidy runs off, and I can't get in touch with this man, I feel like y'all trying to hold me accountable for him.
Well, so
That's when
listen.
the communication got weird.
Well, according to them, they was holding Cassidy accountable with you. They were just saying that you weren't communicating any of the numbers, pay-per-view numbers, and also they reached out to you about a missing EIN number, and you didn't respond to that at all. So were you just upset how they was approaching you and saying, "Well, fuck it, I'm not gonna cooperate. I really don't want to be held liable for this." Did you leave off the number on purpose? Like what happened with that?
Absolutely, and that's where I take full accountability. I
I
feel like
respect.
that's where I fucked up at. My attitude at that time, that wasn't the right way to go about that. The communication and shit, that wasn't the right way to go about that. But when I did end up speaking to them and we got on one accord, and everything was understood on my end. Once everything on my end is presented and is where it need to be, where it should have been, and everything adds up to what I've been saying, everything is understood from that point.
Right.
So that's where my fault was.
Got you.
That part.
Okay, as far as the Tubi situation, you maintained that you didn't know that the battles was being put on Tubi.
Yes.
Um, if you would have known, you would have been against it. You know what I'm saying? Going on Tubi because
Absolutely.
it wasn't taken
Absolutely.
care of. And in going after Cassidy for the money back, you were going to use that money to either pay the battlers and then give the investors what you could, or whatever after you
Absolutely.
get that money. All right.
Absolutely.
So right now we're gonna kind of backtrack to that in a second, but I want to ask this: with Cassidy battling Easy and you sending a cease and desist, so you're looking to stop the battle. Are you still currently looking to stop the
No,
battle?
I'm not looking to stop the battle. It's an active breach of a contract that needs to be rectified. It needs to be resolved. Like,
Right,
I don't think it's fair as a company to book somebody and go through losses because this person doesn't show, to just go on and be able. That's not how this shit go. And that's
right,
not what this is what contracts is in place for, to protect.
right,
You know what I mean? So it's not about stopping the battle.
right.
Nah, there's a situation you need to resolve before you do that. And if there's no resolve, then there will be some resolve.
I got you.
But
Okay.
yeah, but it's not about stopping the battle
I mean, well, if it was up to you, you sending the cease and desist. The cease part is stopping. You know what I'm saying? So you would like for
until resolve. Until resolve. That's what the cease and desist is.
right,
It's stopping until resolve. You know what I mean? So it protects me. It's like, all right, here's a notice. Here's what's going on. We could address this and figure it out. And if not, if this is ignored, I'm at rights to take these legal actions.
right,
So no, it's not to stop the battle.
right. So I got you. So you said if Cassidy even was just to have a conversation, maybe you get something in writing or whatever saying, okay, I will either return the funds or we're gonna reschedule the battle or make some type of deal, then that would be the resolution, and then you can go
It's
about his
that
business.
simple. That
Okay.
simple.
Or just pay the money back, period, or agree to pay maybe the money back out of his money of this battle or whatever, just to resolve it, and you all good.
Just figure it out. Whatever, however it need to be resolved, figure it out. Because it's more than just that money back now. You get what
Right,
I'm saying?
right,
So yeah, but figure it out. This needs to be addressed.
right. So I want to be clear. So you were upset about how everything was when the missing EIN number was like, you know what? I'm not about to be held liable for this nigga running off this for this bread. So
Exactly.
Um, okay, all right, cool. Listen, first of all, I respect that. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, because that's just being honest and transparent or whatever, and I can understand how you feel. Don't make it right, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We all act and do certain things, or whatever, when we pissed off or feel we being treated unjust. All right, so as far as the battles coming out, you know what I'm saying? That's been a thing or whatever. Me announcing that they'll be coming out on my platform because of the distribution rights situation. Um, then you had a conversation about that. You told me something before I looked into it. I'll talk to you about it off camera or whatever. But you understand in one of the contracts where you signed over your distribution rights, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then in another contract, you feel like it's
Let's
conflicting with that. You
Right.
understand with that? Okay, all right. You just conflicting with that one or whatever, and then we'll talk about, you know what I'm saying, that part or whatever off camera because I did have somebody look over that. All right. So as far as Will, is Will the owner of Bullpen?
Will is my partner. Will is the um the registered agent of Bullpen Battle League.
Got you. Okay. All right. And
He did the paperwork. He was the paperwork partner. I wasn't overlooking the paperwork.
right,
Maybe that's a fault on me, but that wasn't my side of things.
right.
You follow me?
I got you. I do. I understand. So I'm asking, is he taking any culpability of anything that's going on? Is he standing with you and like whatever happens is 50-50?
I mean, yeah, I had to keep him update on certain things. Will ain't been active with Bullpen for a while. For a while. You know what I mean? So he
Right,
was doing his thing and wanted to focus on certain things. Now, when the conversation comes up in his bullpen and bad business situations, now he feel like he has to say something. But I felt like maybe you shouldn't have said anything because you didn't really know what was going on. He didn't care to know what's going on. There's not information that's being hidden from
right,
Will. You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
like anytime he needs anything or whatever, like because he started it with me. Yes, like you know what I mean. I got to give that to him. You're not gonna hear no conversation coming from Will saying anything else other than what I'm saying.
No, but are you saying you look like so is he so he wasn't active at all in this deal? He didn't stand to make anything or lose anything. You just saying if you make something, I'll throw him something because he started it.
Anytime I made something, Will made something.
Okay,
There's never been a time where Bullpen has profited and Will didn't have nothing. Even the times where he didn't do absolutely nothing.
got you. Okay. All right. So with that being said, so with the W-9, right? So
Mhm.
somebody have to get taxed for the bread. Now, obviously, you feel like you don't want to be taxed for what Cassidy got because he got it.
Mhm.
So that's the person who should submit for that. The rest of the bread, would that be 50-50? You and Will both submit a W-9 to the company or whatever for that? Do you feel responsible for that? And said, well, I did receive that. They didn't recoup that. It was given to me. I'll take full responsibility for that.
Yeah, but it was I signed on as an individual.
Right,
So this contract, it's an individual thing. It's not tied into a bullpen thing.
right.
Bullpen was a host of this whole deal. This is what people
Gotcha.
got to realize. Bullpen was a host of this whole deal.
Okay,
It
cool.
wasn't solely a bullpen event.
Gotcha.
It just I put it together. This is how I wanted to put it together, but there was plans with what was going on with the footage going into it.
Right.
So this is a, you know,
So that means that you would be
he didn't
have
have
to
to
send
sign anything.
right. So you would have to send the W-9 for at least the money that didn't go to Cassidy for you.
Exactly.
Right. So you willing to do that with the company?
I did it already.
Or you did fill out the W-9.
Absolutely.
Correct information, everything.
Absolutely. I did that already.
All right.
You can
What else?
confirm with Ricky if you need to.
I got you. I got you. Okay, so let me ask. I want to know if any questions y'all got because John did say he willing to answer whatever questions. Y'all know I'm not asking no stupid ass questions or whatever like that, but I want to make sure y'all ask any questions. As far as returns and refunds with the pay per view, was it a lot of losses with the returns on the pay per view?
I believe so. Hell yeah. I mean, that was taken care of on the rap grade side. You know what I
Right.
mean? But hell yeah.
Was it enough
I'm
to
sure there
where
was.
if it wasn't that you could have broke even maybe or something like that, or like the
Um, Probably not.
right?
Um, Probably not.
I'm looking to see if y'all got questions, man. I'm not gonna sit here forever and wait on y'all to ask questions. Y'all just write typing shit. Okay, so the Chris Petty situation, Kirk asks or whatever. Does Chris Petty own the bullpen? With him owning the bullpen LLC and the Shrug Life Network LLC, does that
Y'all,
matter?
y'all gonna learn to stop listening to Chris Petty, and y'all gonna have to learn that on your own. You learn, y'all listening to a person that damn near burned every bridge he crossed with lies. Chris Petty never owned Bullpen. There was never a conversation for him to own Bullpen. That wasn't even the plan of why he was involved. You want to know why Chris Petty was involved with Bullpen? Since we talking about fucking Chris Petty.
Right.
Chris Petty was around when I first started battling in Atlanta, Grind Time, Georgia.
Right.
He was the person that first was putting Grind Time, Georgia together when I did my first battle.
Right.
And I sent him an email. He can confirm this email. I said, look, I know y'all don't know who I am, but basically, I got motion. I'm going to come there 50 deep, and one day I'm going to be hosting this shit.
Right.
This is the email I sent him. My first battle against PC, I came there 50 deep. Years later, Bullpen started his a full circle moment. Who I run into one day? Chris Petty.
Right.
Now, I'm at a situation where I got my partner, Will, but Will is not versed in battle rap. Battle
Right.
rap is not his forte. Will is here for structure, military background. You know what I'm saying? Like he always been organized, always been on top of his shit. He's here for structure. I need another battle rap mind
Right.
to build with. So when I see Chris Petty, it's like, oh shit. It's funny. I sent him that email. He was around when I first started. This would be a good story to have him involved to come in.
Right.
So his whole thing wasn't to come in to be an investor or however he's trying to. That's what he tried to promote, what he can do, what the type of money he can spend on that.
Right.
And I learned very quickly to not rely on that.
I got you. So now,
Learned very quickly to not hold him to the shit that he says. And the more left field shit I was seeing him do, I separated myself quietly, never outed him, never said nothing disrespectful publicly to him, never spoke on no shit or no weird shit. So for
right.
him to come out and just try to insert himself in the story, it's not even far-fetched for me because I know who he is. But
Right.
no, this happened for a year, maybe a year and a half. He was involved with Bullpen.
Right.
He does not own Bullpen.
Okay. So,
He does not own anything he's talking about.
right.
So
So two
y'all want to
things.
entertain that? That's on y'all.
I got you. Two things. Alter the cuss words. Chris Petty. He's in the chat and me saying, that's bullshit. So, I would afford him to have his a voice in this, but it's up to you if you wanted to have a conversation with him. He said he got some.
I feel like I gave him too much light already. What are we like? What are we doing here? We're not even up here. Yeah,
That's up.
this ain't even about him. I don't even understand what's going on. He
Well,
ain't been involved since in over 8 years. Like I don't even understand what he's talking about.
right. We did get pulled into when they was talking about the fight and all of that stuff like that. What you saying? You not you saying him saying that y'all tried to sell him back to you know what I'm saying, and he said no, he didn't. He wasn't paying for it. He wasn't gonna let y'all do that, and he felt like you had it the whole time. Then
I
you
can't
said
control what he felt like.
right. Well, also he showed some text messages saying that you said, yeah, my man's picked it up after you said, somebody took it off his hip, like took it from him off his hip. So it was just you just didn't remember, or y'all got different
No,
stories.
he took it off of his hip. This is a fact.
So the text message he's showing was fake or made up or whatever.
What? Saying what?
It
That
said the text messages was saying that you was replying saying, no, my man's picked it up off the ground.
bro, you think I'm supposed to tell him, yo, my man's took it off your hip?
I mean, I'm just asking
Yeah,
the
I'm
question.
just saying, am I supposed to say that? Like my man's took it off your hip? Then it sounds like, oh, niggas is lining them, don't it? Don't it sound better? I mean, picked it up like as if he found it. I don't understand if one text message could say one thing where I'm talking to him versus if you ask me what happened. I don't get no cool points off of lying about this.
Right.
What does it make a difference to me? I didn't take his shit.
So what?
What does it make a difference?
So this what I want to ask as far as the bullpen, the business or whatever, because I want to try to cover everything, right? With the Pinnacle or any other event where it was
Let me
mishaps. Go ahead. This is on you. Whatever you want to
let
say.
me say this. Are we here to get into bullpen business or are we talking about the end game? Because I'm not a nigga that likes speaking on my business But if
Right.
there's things that need to be addressed as far as with the end game and what's going on, and niggas talk about John scamming, John running off and all of that, I'm here to address that. I don't like.
Oh, so, no, what?
Is
No,
this
what I was
supposed to
gonna
be a John on a hot seat to talk about everything bullpen? Because I'm not like
No, no,
I
no.
don't understand.
A lot of interviews. You got a lot of interviews where you said a lot of different things. And what I was asking was because the Endgame was the event where people felt like, this is like the straw that broke the camel's back, right? So what I'm saying as far as any patterns people say they might see, like, so Jay Mills said something about getting paid late. Do you want to explain how things work sometimes to where they may have to wait to get their money? Because some people say that might be
Here's
shady.
here, here's what Jay Mills failed to realize. Everybody's contract, the everybody's contract, the last payment were to be a week after, up to 2 weeks. This is in the contract.
Right,
So it's not late. It's within the contractual agreement.
right,
Now, he could say if he want to say it's late because he didn't get it the day after or when he won it, but the contract was structured the way it was structured to protect so I could guarantee what I'm saying based on the deals or whatever the payouts were in place. That
right,
protected me. So it wasn't late. It was within the contractual agreement. You can ask anybody that was on that card.
right,
So it's not just him.
right. So everybody had to wait that amount of time.
Everybody.
Okay. All right, I mean that clears that up. Okay, as far as the deals with the Tubi and the distribution, all that or whatever like that, did you see any money from that?
No, no, I didn't know it was happening. Now let's rewind. The plan going into Endgame was for these distribution deals,
Right,
right? But I told y'all the main distribution deal was based around the Cassidy battle.
right,
So if Cassidy doesn't happen, where's the interest? And if there's interest, I should be made aware of it, or maybe the battlers get contacted because they got the battlers contacts.
right.
They got it.
Well,
So
to my knowledge, John, is the battlers don't have anything to do with it because in their contracts it was licensing rights or whatever that they signed off, right?
yeah,
Right,
performance rights. Yeah.
right. So did they get paid for that or did they just agree to just sign them over?
What you mean? There's a everybody was made privy to the deal. And
Right,
everybody got a contract. So once you sign the contract, yes, you're signing your performance. Whatever you perform right now is property of Bullpen.
right.
So
So
what
even
happens with that is what happens with that. That has nothing to do with what's going on over here.
right,
So once you agree to sign up, it's like battling on any league. Once you battle on that league, what they are at liberty to do with that footage on them, once everything is taken care of, they own that to do whatever, however they want to distribute it.
right. Okay, no, I understand. I was just asking. So as far as the investors or whatever and them not contacting you or the battlers in their mind, because from their standpoint, you're not communicating with them and time is just going by. We out some money. So shit, we got to do something to try to maybe recoup some
I
of this stuff.
understand that part. Yeah, yeah, I get that.
Right. So what did you feel like this was just go blow over with the investors? Like, hey man, I'm never talking to them again. Or like what? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking they more so was gonna hold Cassidy accountable.
Well, you
That's what
said
I'm thinking. So if they go hold Cassidy accountable and get something understood with him, then they could figure out something with me because they gave him the money like they gave me the money.
right,
My money went to an event that they seen happen.
right,
Seen the event happen. So it ain't like blow over. It's just like if they gonna again, the mindset I was in, and as far as not communicating, that's where I take accountability. That's where a lot of shit went left as far as involving me. But it was more so whatever they wanted to do. And that was just for a certain time period.
right,
When they started getting in touch with me, I've been in contact with them
right.
as of recent.
Okay,
So
so with my understanding from what you said and from what they said, right, is that you had a separate contract with Cassidy between you and him, and they had a contract with you. Is that true?
You said what?
So that my understanding is that you had a separate contract between you and Cassidy, and they had a contract with you, the investors.
No, no. They have a contract with Cassidy as well. We all have a contract because they sent him the money.
Right. So they sent, but you saying all of y'all are on Cassidy's contract, that they are a part of that they signed, or y'all both have separate contracts with Cassidy a piece.
Yeah, though they got a distribution contract with Cassidy.
Okay.
With Cassidy's involved in it. Now
Right.
there's a performance contract with Cassidy and Bullpen, but yes, they're involved. They're on that contract.
So there is no separate contract. That's just you and Cassidy's contract.
No,
You and him.
no,
So you saying that y'all all on the same contract, so they should be going after him along with you.
absolutely.
Okay. That's not what my understanding is, but that's why I got you here. You know what I'm saying, to say your piece. They said they piece or whatever. So another thing they said was you filled out a PDF link from the IRS, and maybe that's why you thought you filled out the W-9, but you were supposed to fill out the W-9 specifically and send it to them directly. So if that turns out to be the case, are you in contact with the investors to take care of the business? You know what I'm saying? To still like the
Absolutely.
all right, so you are gonna
I
fix
don't
any
understand why that wasn't expressed though. Like this is weird to me. This is
I got
weird to me.
I got
But yeah,
Okay, so basically you want everything cleared up yourself. You ready to take full accountability in any part you play. What parts of the deal or parts of this whole thing that you feel like you dropped the ball on, and you could have did better, or you'll learn from the next time if there's a next time you doing this.
my main thing was communication.
Okay.
My main thing was communication. Um, I guess controlling my feelings at that time. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, my main thing was communication. You know,
Right.
I'm, you know, I hate that it gotta sound like, oh, this nigga feel like he ain't do nothing wrong, but that communication played a big part. It played a major part why a lot of shit went unanswered until I started speaking, of course. But
Right.
outside of that, I fulfilled my obligations outside of, making sure the battlers got what they needed. But again, even with that, I didn't move to make no move with the footage to do anything with it to monetize off of it.
Right.
So my thing was just to take the loss and just, all right, fuck it. Whatever happens, happens.
Right.
You know, whatever. Um, I actually took a loss. In the same way Cassidy took the money and it's just whatever, fuck it. Fuck. There was no loss on his end.
Right.
There was no loss on his end.
So to be clear
So
with you taking the loss, you saying so after the advance from the other entity that ate up most of the pay-per-view, ate up all of the pay-per-view money
all of
with
it.
over with balance left over. You saying you
Yes.
paid out of your own pocket to
Absolutely.
that balance, so that other entity
Absolutely.
is taken care of in full.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the other entity that feels uh um they were owed that money from the pay-per-view first. Do you feel like it was a miscommunication there, or do you feel like the other entity was owed the money first? Because the investors feel like they were supposed to get the pay-per-view money like first.
I
If
mean, there was a communication, but there was a miscommunication. But that part of the miscommunication wasn't on me.
right,
That part, the person I was communicating with, um, was well aware of what was going on, was well aware of this other entity. So
right,
whether they expressed that to who they feel like they needed to express that to, I don't know. I don't know who don't know or who's in the dark about that.
right. So I would think though, as an investor, right,
Hmm.
I'm giving my money to this person, and we expecting some type of return. If the whole thing was, I want to show to y'all, this is what this coming from them. I want to show
Hmm.
this investor that battle rap can make money. Even if we lose a little bit, or even if we make a little bit, I just want to show that we can make money. So
Hmm.
once I get this money from the investor, they would think that they will be top priority in any monies coming in if their sole return was based on the pay-per-view and distribution afterwards. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they would think
Absolutely.
somebody else will get the bread. So did you make the deal with the other entity outside of them knowing, or you saying they was aware of that?
They was aware.
Yeah,
They was aware. The who I went into the actual deal with was aware.
right,
Now, the direct conversations between me and the investors, no, I didn't have those conversations with them.
right,
And again, I said I was in contact for up until at least a month after. So
right,
a lot of these grievances, these are new things that's coming up that
right,
wasn't coming up before. Again, like even when you bringing up the W9 shit, this is something that we was dealing with that I'm responding to. So if there was issues, why do you know about the issues that I don't know? You get what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
Why is it why certain things is being expressed in a whole nother way? For what? Now it just seemed like, all right, there's a way, there's some type of cover up that's going on, and now I got to speak on certain shit that I don't like speaking on because I don't like talking about my business. My business ain't
right.
everybody's business.
Okay, all right. So to wrap this up, man, all in all, is you willing to have open communication with the investors, figure it out. What you your main thing is I want to go after Cassidy for the money that he owes. You feel like he signed a contract, you
I'm
owe the
just
money.
trying to make shit right. It ain't about going after anybody. It's
Right,
about making shit right. So I don't want it to seem like this is like a personal attack or
right,
anything like that. It's just you Cassidy's name is in the middle of it because he's the problem.
right,
He's the reason this whole shit went left, and nobody gives a fuck. It's just, oh, whatever, and let's just blame John John. And that's
right,
and that's it's just, so it seems like it's a personal attack. It's not. This is just to make everything right. That's not right to leave a situation like that and just jump in another one without resolving this issue. I don't know what league would allow that, especially with a name like Cassidy.
right,
So yes, once the situation with him gets rectified, the situation with everybody's gets rectified. And I've been in open communication with these investors for the past few weeks now.
right. So
There's
you
no they can't show you nothing where they reaching out to me and I'm not reaching back.
right.
But I could show you when I'm reaching out to them within these recent days, they not reaching back. But
So
you
so
can speak to them.
so are you open? Are you open to any type of battle still rematch or anything like that?
Whatever makes the situation right. You know what I
Okay,
mean? I'm not set on whatever, but yeah, I'm open to whatever. I'm not the grudge holder.
right,
I'm the bigger picture nigga. So whatever figures it, however we figure it out, long as everybody involved got done wrong in any way, shape, or form, we fix that and we clear everything up, and then
okay.
whatever's whatever.
All right, I got a couple questions, super chats. We get up out of here, man. Somebody said, "Why you doing business under Dissolve Smooth, a Dissolve company? Was that just an oversight? You didn't check on what I was supposed
Uh,
to be Skills part, or what?"
yeah, I mean, I guess so. I guess
Right.
so.
All right. Battle Rap Science says, "What happens to Cassidy's back end? Couldn't they have used that to cover the battlers and Avo?" I'll let you answer that, even though I feel like you did, but I'll let you answer that.
Yeah, I don't. I feel like I answered that too. What you mean, Cassidy's back end? What do you mean? What happened to his back end?
So I think they might
They
be
didn't
under
understand it. They didn't.
yeah,
Yeah,
within the investors' money that his backing was included. No, his backing was contingent upon the performance of the event and the deal that was set after he got done rapping. Is that correct? What I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
All right. Just me says, was Cassidy the talent or a partner?
You could say a partner.
All right. So he was a partner. So hmm. All right. So Cassidy was a partner. So I don't know because he wasn't able to take any losses, right?
No, he didn't take any losses. He received. I'm
His
talking
loss.
about as far as I'm talking about as far as everything that was included. Anything that I would have been profiting off of, he would have been profiting off of.
Right.
So
I,
that's what I mean by partner.
I got you. Okay. So at the end of the day, but does Cassidy feel like okay? So because the event happened, this is the last question I'm gonna ask.
Mm.
Um, and this is a question from me. So if I'm Cassidy, I'm just saying, just say this hypothetical situation. I'm Cassidy. I get paid this deposit. It's nowhere near what I'm used to getting paid, but I agree to it. And my likeness is being used to promote, you know what I'm saying, the event, which that's valuable, that holds some value, right? Um, and the event actually happens. So some of the people, paid for the event, came to the event, flew to the event specifically for Cassidy. So money was made based off his likeness. Do you feel he's owed any compensation for that, or he just needs to give all of the money back?
I can't even believe that's even a question. And for you to bring that up just lets me know a lot of people feel like this is a legitimate question here.
No, but
So
you got to think where we at, though, John. John, we
no,
ain't.
no, because your likeness is not what's on the contract to promote the battle.
Right,
What's on the contract to promote the battle is interviews and face-offs, promotion, right? So
right,
once you don't do that, there's a breach. Whatever you think you're entitled to, you're not anymore. So
right.
then when you don't show up to the battle, there's another breach. So whatever you think you're entitled to, you are not anymore. I don't understand how that is a legitimate question. If Cassidy is owed money from a battle he no-showed, when
No,
the fuck has that ever been a conversation in battle rap?
well,
That
listen, this
doesn't make sense.
Well, these the type of questions, man, that people ask because we trying to figure out why would Cassidy feel entitled to keep the money, and you know what I'm saying,
I'm
and
gonna
not
tell you why. This one makes the most sense. The nigga needed some money, and he probably felt like this little money, I don't know, ain't hurting nobody, and wanted to run off. It didn't have no plans on doing the battle.
right,
And now he's trying to cover up. And now since there's a narrative around John and Endgame, he could hide under that. Blend right in that and just throw it on. Oh, I felt like it was a scam.
right.
Oh, he tried to set up a face off, but he in Miami on his birthday. Like, bro, that's what I
Okay.
feel like.
Well, this is one of the reasons why people will ask that. It say you were in breach under a company that didn't exist and no EIN number. So if his response, and obviously you said that you feel like he's doing that because he saw all of the stuff that's been going on. But if he were to counter, or anybody were to counter that and say, well, you were doing that was a breach or whatever. Does that matter? Do you feel like that plays a part legally, or you feel like
No, it don't, because the company is not dissolved anymore. And on
right,
top of that, you have up until 5 years before you could reinstate an LLC. And once
right,
you reinstate that LLC, it is absolutely retroactive to any deals that was made with that LLC beforehand.
right,
So for in layman's terms, it doesn't matter what standing the company was in when the contracts were written, as long as when it goes to court, it's upstanding now. It is reinstated.
right. So
Everything is good after that. So
so
it doesn't matter.
right. So this is the thing with that though. So Chris Petty is what he's showing real as far as the him getting the LLC for Shrug Life and Bullpen
No,
Battle League.
no,
So
it's
that's
absolutely
false.
not. It's absolutely not. Again, you have up until 5 years.
5 years. Right.
So what year it said it was dissolved in?
2022, so it'll be 2027,
Okay, what year we in?
2025.
So how the hell did he do that?
I do understand this that you can apply for it. You don't necessarily get approved because you do have 5 years in the state of Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So maybe the Shrug Life. Do you feel like he got that one, or the just the bullpen, or does he not have either one of them?
No, I don't even know why he even putting himself out there to play these type of dangerous games.
Right.
Like I don't like, again, what's his angle? What are you, why are you relevant to insert yourself in this? Like, no. Chris Petty can't do nothing with what the hell he talking about. He's trying to prove something or whatever he think he's doing. Good night.
I got you. All right, man. That's all I got, man. Listen, I appreciate you pulling up. I feel like you've been as transparent as possible. You didn't deviate from anything that we talked about, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes or nothing like that. Um, I feel like I can say this as far as the pay-per-view money. I think that's one of the key things right there where people felt like, well, the battlers didn't get paid. What happened to all the pay-per-view money and the door money? The door money. The door money went to the event to Domain.
The door money, all that shit went out to pay what we could plus what I could.
Right.
So
So
the
what is that?
door money, huh?
What is that?
What you mean?
Like all the stuff to pay out to like pay what y'all could. Like what did it go to?
Like towards back ends.
So the people that did get paid, that came out of the door money.
Yeah, I mean it was every resource I could grab to pay what I could is what happened.
Got you.
That's what happened.
Okay. All right, man.
So
Listen, man.
this is an expensive card. Like there wasn't like everybody leaving with no back ends. Let me express that. It was not like niggas left. Niggas came here and left with no money.
Right.
A portion of their back end couldn't be covered.
Right.
That's what it was.
All right, man. Well, listen, I appreciate it. We'll talk about what we we got to talk about, off camera about as far as the battles. We'll work that out, and then once we work that and figure it out, I guess we can address the people about that. I do want to. Do you want the? Are you for the battlers getting their battles out on YouTube?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay. All
Hell
right.
yeah. If that's what they want to do, that's what you know what I
All right.
mean?
Is it a big
Hell
deal
yeah.
if it would be me or anybody else that's putting out the battles? Is that some like a thing to you? Like, well, that's a
To
big deal.
me,
Like,
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I just want
Because
to hear people hear your answer for that.
yeah, I want to say that because I put a lot of pride into putting Endgame together. You know what I mean? It was really my dream event. I had the venue I wanted, I had the people on the card I wanted, and with a battle like Cassidy, like I put a lot into that. Now anybody that was around me and knew what I was putting into that event, they knew how much it crushed me when it came to an end.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So then when it crushes me, I got to deal with people still on my neck about it, like as if I didn't take the biggest loss. And now here we are a year later, niggas is still on me about it.
Right.
Doesn't matter what type of proof or what I could back up. Even though my story has been the same about Endgame since the beginning, it's just certain pieces that was missing because I wasn't speaking on certain things. A lot
Right.
of things that we spoke about battle facts, and I told you why I couldn't speak about it, and it
Right.
cleared some shit up for you. And you said, "Can I see it?"
Right.
And I didn't hesitate.
No, you didn't.
Whatever you wanted to see, I didn't hesitate. And everything lines up with everything I've been saying. But before that, when you doing these lives and these shits
Hold
talking
on, not
about
not.
Endgame and coming.
Hold on, John. John.
Nah, I'm explaining
Okay, all right, all right.
as far as why I will feel away.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
it's been leading up to that. And then now, it's salute to you for calling and reaching out today.
Hmm.
Salute to you for calling and reaching out today.
We reached out
Um,
to the entity that has the content ID on the battles.
right.
Yep. All right.
Right. So but yeah, then it comes to this, and then there's a situation where Battle Facts say he releasing it. Nah. We gotta see, we gotta figure out if this is okay.
Right.
This is not okay. We are under two different understandings of the situation, and we both acknowledge that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So absolutely, it matters to me. And when it comes to YouTube, at least.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to YouTube, at least. But you
So
said we're gonna
what
figure
would
that.
your ideal situation be for the battles dropping
Um, I feel like it should drop where the bullpen battle's been dropping at.
on the Shrug Life Network on YouTube?
Absolutely.
Now, I'm gonna say this publicly. I'm gonna say this publicly, right? Um, Legally, I feel my contracts will hold up. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about the one thing that you was talking about earlier, whatever I did, had that looked over. However, I told you behind the scenes, like I'm gonna tell you now, I do want to figure out a way just to respect the work you did put in as a league owner and an artist as far as the battles. I want to figure something out with you. Now, I didn't do anything shady behind your back. You know what I'm saying? I was approached with a deal. You know what I'm saying? That made sense or whatever like that. But I do have some sense of understanding on you putting the event together. You know what I'm saying? You having a lot to do with these battlers developing their talent or whatever like that. Um, Obviously, you know what I'm saying, I get on my social media shit if I feel like my credibility is being questioned or whatever, I'm definitely defending myself. You know what I mean? Um, but I do understand that. So me and John Johnny is gonna have a conversation, you know what I'm saying, about this, um, and figure it out. I'm well within my right to do exactly what it is that I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, and was going to do or will do depending on what we figure out. But I feel like just as a human, you know what I'm saying, I can understand where you're coming from. We can have a conversation about it or whatever. And I just
Yeah,
want to say,
and I want to go on record and say I disagree with that. I disagree
right,
that you're well within your right to do what you're doing. But
right,
again, this is something that we're gonna speak on. I just feel like I had to say that publicly, like you said what you said
sure,
publicly.
right,
Yeah, and but again, we talking about it, we figuring it out. And one thing
right,
that I got from the conversation, the reason why it was able to be calm because it's like we both trying to figure something out versus me against you.
exactly. And that's where it's gonna stay. We're going to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you, man. The conversations behind the scenes and pulling up and addressing the factory. You know what I'm saying? My people over here, we are consumers, man, customers who spent a lot of money. A lot of us over here on the bullpen events. We was some of that bread and that putting them pay-per-views, man, that made up some of that money. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask for a refund. We actually, some of us got the VOD after the fact. You know what I'm saying? Because we felt for you being no show. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us got a bad taste in my mouth, pause or whatever, because of the artists saying they didn't get paid, and we hearing about shady business. The key part to me was the other entity getting an advance. Again, I don't think that was the best business, but that accounts for the pay-per-view money. So we can't say that went in your pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
I want to make sure that that's clear. We can't say that went in your pocket and you ran away with all this money, and got
mm.
over on everybody. And I want to make sure that part is clear. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Hold on. I gotta ask you this. When you said I don't know that nigga, I ain't never had no interactions or nothing or whatever, was you on bullshit or what? What did you mean by that?
I meant like we ain't have no interaction. We never had no back and forth situation. No, I meant like that because you talk
Right.
about you, right? When they asked me
Yeah,
about
yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. If they saying I was approached with the question as if what's going on with you in battle facts as if there's a beef. So the interaction, I'm thinking like a back and forth situation. Like no, we haven't. We never had no back and forth situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
All right,
yeah,
but you are familiar with who I was though.
yeah.
Okay, all right, bet. Because I was about to say, man, we didn't have plenty of interaction. We was in the club debating you and Easy battle, like after the battle in Philly or whatever and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? All
I
type of
mean,
whatever. So
yeah, but I'm talking about like a back and forth. What's going on? You gonna ask me if I know who you was? Like you ain't did 7 lives about me. Of course I would know what
oh
the
nigga, I'm
fuck
talking
going
about
on.
before that. I'm talking about way before that. Before that.
I'm
But
talking about, but when that question came about, you
right,
know what I'm saying? Like, of course I can't sit there and say that. I meant like an interaction, like a real live interaction on some heated shit back and forth. Cause I'm being approached with the question, like, what's the problem with you? You had any interactions with the nigga? Nah, I don't know that nigga. I don't know you personally. I don't.
right.
I never had no back and forth, no nothing. Yeah, we spoke about a battle, but I don't know if that's an interaction, I guess.
Nigga, you know what interaction is. You a lyricist, man.
I'm
I just
talking about but how the situation was addressed, how it was proposed. Like, yo, what's
right.
going on with y'all? Like,
I
you
got
know
you.
what I mean?
All right, man.
Yeah.
Listen, I appreciate you, man. You took a lot of your time, man, to this all we asked in the first place. Um, you ever gonna throw a event again? You ever go deal with this again, man? And put on?
I mean, it just depends on the situation. It just depends on the situation. But I'm not dealing with headaches again. Like I was already mindset ready to leave the shit alone leading up to Endgame. Be real with you. So I just
Gotcha.
gotta have fun with it. If I have fun with it, then yeah. If I find a way to have fun with it, then yeah. But if it's being too serious, I'm done trying to monetize off battle rap. It's not there. It doesn't make any sense. It hasn't made sense in years. What's
Right.
going on here? So it's not about making no money here.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah,
All right, man.
but
Listen,
look it
I
up.
appreciate that, man. I'll get in contact with you tomorrow, man. I'm gonna let you enjoy your night, man.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm gonna holler at you, man, in a minute, man. Appreciate you, John John.
Uh,
Bro. All right, there y'all go, man. John the Don, man. He pulled up. You know what I'm saying? John Adam, the first thing I see, said, let me get my ball. What's up, man? What you talking about? Chris Petty, you trying to pull up and speak your piece? You know you're welcome to speak your piece, man, if you're trying to pull up, man. I appreciate the super chat. Did I miss another one? Hold on, let me see. Chris Petty, let me get my ball. I got ball next. I didn't Will did. You talking about that? Okay, all right. I didn't miss nobody else, right? All right, Chris Petty, I'll send you the link or whatever you could pull up. I wasn't gonna force, you know what I'm saying, John, to have a conversation with you. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you know how I work over here, man. I don't set traps for people, just pull people up on the screen. I know that's entertaining. If it was like two battlers talking about battling or something, I would have did it. You know what I'm saying? But if it was Cassidy, I would have did it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. If it was Cassidy, I'd have did it. All right, I did send a link. So listen, let me say I appreciate y'all. Say you didn't have the same energy. Now it's all hugs and Hallmark cards. Where you're absolutely stupid. You're absolutely stupid. Listen, let me explain something, man. To the people who may think like that person's comment, um, I read. First of all, I don't want nobody to feel like whether I'm at odds with them or not, that they can't come up here and speak their piece. If I pull people up here, whether I'm at odds with them or not, and I just set traps and no nigga yelling or whatever to entertain a few of y'all who don't get it, who got immature small minds, then why would anybody else want to pull up and speak their piece? You know what I'm saying? That's not what the whole interview was about. That's not what it was for. We said we wanted him to speak. I respected the fact that he was willing to speak at all. You know what I'm saying? It's issues that's going on behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all I don't play when it comes to legal shit. You know what I mean? Um, I asked the questions that y'all had in the chat. I asked the questions that I had also myself. I made sure I was very clear and concise about the things he made clear to me, about the pay-per-view money or whatever, man, and made sure I kept it fair like I always do, no matter who it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. So again, I could be at odds with somebody. We could be trying to figure something out. I'm gonna respect him as a man. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, and we're gonna have a conversation. So I appreciate him coming up, man, or whatever. That's just what I do, and I stand on what I do. That's why I can't be, my foundation can't be shook. Real quick, I do get Chris Petty in the studio, but before we do that, DFAT Media with the gifted memberships. I appreciate you, DFAT. We got, let me see who all got the gifted, man. We got 1228 Mama got a gifted. Anthony F. Shout out Anthony F with the gifted membership. Money Juan received the gifted membership. That sounds like a city, nigga. You from Detroit? We got Taz Nato received the gifted membership, and Patrick Witter received the gifted membership. Make sure y'all thank DFAT Media for the gifted membership. Welcome to the Facts List. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, DFAT, for always supporting. All right. So we got to give everybody their turn. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Chris Petty with the Atlanta Falcons gear on, repping heavy. I see you. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with you, man? You got the floor. I know just me.
So, what business did you sign these contracts under? Now, all right. Let's actually start here. So he lightweight admitted.
Oh,
that,
hold on. This we go do. Chris. This we go do. I'm gonna give you your own interview, so you can have your own interview. You know what I'm saying? Because I did promise him I wouldn't attach you to the interview.
So that was part of it.
You know what I'm saying? No.
What a pussy.
After you was trying to come up, you know what I'm saying, with him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He asked that I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Shot me a text. I want to honor that. I could start another live like right after this if you want to, but I will honor that though.
yeah, let's.
I'll start another live, man. I gotta respect that. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
do that.
All right, I got you. I'm about to put it together right now. All right, man. Y'all listen. I gotta respect it. I gotta respect it, y'all. I gotta respect it. You know what I'm saying? I can't. John agreed to pull up. You know what I'm saying? I gotta respect it. That's what his request is or whatever. Y'all know I'll put another live together fast as hell. So let me do that. Let me not do that. You know what I'm saying? Let me not do that. All right. So listen, y'all got any questions? We're gonna put up another live. I can actually it'll take me literally like 5 minutes or so or whatever. I can start another live, man. Y'all can pull it right back up. Make sure y'all like the stream, share the stream. Shout out Roha with the super chat. Say it was a good interview, but did he have 2 investors? What does that say? I don't understand what that is in parentheses. But did he have 2 investors? Yes, there were 2 entities that were invested into the event to an extent. You know what I'm saying? I just can't say the name of one of them or whatever like that. So yes, to a certain degree. I appreciate y'all. Tanisha, I see you. Just Me, Nefarious One, Palmetto, Prince, D Hood, Rilla, Robot, J Rob, we got Sharp King World, T Motivate. Okay, all right, Playboy Princess. All right, y'all listen. Corshell, I see you too. Your name is Roni. Okay, I got you. I always call you Roha. Roni. All right, I'm gonna remember that, Roni. I got you. I got you. Okay, Bruce the Bag Chase. Say you're a real one always. I try to be. All right, let me start this. Next live, y'all. Give me like 5 minutes. Hit y'all notification bells. The notification might not go out. I might have used them. I'll hit it and I'll let Chris Petty come up and say his piece. I won't even do a thumbnail or anything like that. That way it don't take that long. Just go get the settings right. Start the live. Y'all pull up. Chris Petty can pull up, say his piece or whatever out of respect, man, for the guests pulling up. Whatever. I got y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all in a minute, man. 5 minutes.